Good morning, women of Deep Earth Singing Moon. This is Arwen, Wild Magpie, with your new moon reading. I posted a picture of 3 cards in the group last night, so hopefully you've had an opportunity to choose card 1, 2, 3, or maybe a combination. In case you didn't, I'm going to hold them up to the screen and try not to catch sight of the backs. So this is card 1. This is card 2. And this is card 3. So hopefully you got a little tingle or something for which one you feel is for you. And I apologise for all the traffic noise in the background. I'm in my room in the front of the house, which unfortunately overlooks the road, but hopefully you won't find it too intrusive. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight in. Okay, so card 1 is the King of Stones, Wolf. So, thinking about, Wolf, and, it's in the king position there. We talk about, the lead wolf as being, the alpha. Where are you being called to step up? Where are you being called to step into leadership or, sort of front position? Where do you need to take charge or take the lead? Or who isn't respecting your position? Who isn't respecting your leadership or your knowledge or your authority? To remain alpha, the alpha wolf has to, remain dominant and maintain his position at the head of the pack, and may at times be threatened by, younger males who want to take his position. Are you feeling under threat or disrespected or in some way, somebody doing something that is sort of sucking your ability to be alpha, to be in that position of leadership, and it means that the things that you need to be doing or want to be doing aren't happening or can't happen because you're feeling blocked or held back by that disrespect. So what do you need to do to find your inner alpha? And I was talking about a male wolf, but obviously you do get the alpha female too. So, where's your inner alpha? What's your inner alpha doing, or what does your inner alpha need to be doing at this time for this new moon? Okay, moving on to card 2. Another king card. King of Bows, Adder. And in fact there's a whole pile of adders there, and I think if you're in the UK, we're kind of in adder season or coming to it. They're starting to wake up because the ground's getting warm, and they are our only poisonous native snake in the UK. So what does Adder want to say? I feel like the poison perhaps is kind of the key point here, and because of the sort of the multiples of snakes there, it's not just one. I don't think it's about us, poisoning ourselves particularly it's about maybe where there's poison around us. I'm just trying to grasp what's trying to come through here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this one's it's not pulling through very well, very clearly. I think there's kind of an echo of the message from the wolf card. Like with wolf, it was about what's holding you back from being able. Sorry, I'm not concentrating on the phone. I'm getting a bit too close up on my face. This is about perhaps where there is poison around you, kind of in your community, like what's that phrase, like the snake in the grass. Like, is there somebody who in theory is friend or loved one, but actually they're being quite poisonous, and they're not looking after you, they're not holding you in the way that they should be. And I think perhaps it might not be like really obvious, like you might have sort of thought, oh, so and so, oh no, they're my friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might have kind of thought for a split second that maybe they were up to something, or not being very good, but then brushed it off. I'd say look again. And I think, because then the other piece of the message here, which maybe for some other people, but may also be kind of connected with that, is, snake is often symbolic of fear. Many of us are scared of snakes, and snakes aren't necessarily something you want to have a huge amount to do with, but they're not necessarily something to be feared just for the sake of fear, but nonetheless, fear, they are symbolic of fear for quite a lot of people. And so it's if it is that there's somebody causing you difficulties, being poisonous, perhaps the thing that's stopping you from cutting it off or cutting them out, or confronting it, is kind of fear, of what might happen if you do that. And I think that message then it is maybe a message for other people. If it's not about somebody being poisonous, it's about what's that thing that you're that you're not dealing with, that you're not confronting, because of fear. What aren't you dealing with? What's the worst that can happen? Okay. Sorry, that one was really fragmented. That one was a real struggle to kind of to bring in for some reason. But hopefully those of you who've chosen card 2, it has its meaning, it has its purpose for you. Maybe even you can see or find a meaning in it that I haven't even expressed, just knowing what the card is. Okay, 3. Okay. 7 of Vessels. Morning. I've had this one before, and I always find the meaning is the same. It's some cards you pull them over and over, and depending on the timing and the context and what have you, the meaning is different. But this card just is one of those kind of rock solid keystone cards, and for me it is this nearly always comes up in the context of loss of some kind, right? Which figures because it's a card of mourning. But for me, the 7 vessels in the picture, the cups, the bowls, are the vessels which contain what remains. So it may be that you've lost a person, a relationship, a job, a home, you know, anything. You know, there's so many types of loss, aren't there? But the vessels are what is left, because there's always something left. And it might be, you know, physical items, but quite often what I find is it is wisdom or knowledge held in those vessels. And it's very easy when in loss of some kind to be focused on what has gone, what has been lost, and to completely miss what is still there, or what is become available to you in that loss. You know, loss is always difficult, but it's not necessarily always a negative. So look for your vessels, look for what is left, look for what remains. For whatever you've lost or maybe losing at this time, and just, you know, thinking about card 2, you know, I know I saw at least one person on the Facebook page, on the comments on the photos, choose cards 2 and 3. You know, is it that there is something that you're wondering about, but that is going to cause a loss and you're scared of it, and fear is holding you back? Well, look for what will be left, look for what will remain, look for what will be available to you if you step forward, if you step past the fear. So yeah, I think that's it. That's our new moon reading. I hope there's been some value for you, and I look forward to seeing you in group and in circle very soon. Take care. Bright blessings.